You're live. Oh. Okay, let me first catch my breath. Simply sensational. I mean, whatever be the result. Yes, India are going to lose the Trent Bridge T20I.
India have lost it.
India have lost it. But Suryakumar take a bow. Any form of adjectives that we'll be talking about is very, very less to describe the impact that Suryakumar had today. Why? Simple, clinical, clean hitting. These three words sum up Surya. No risks. I mean, and that's about it. Jordan takes the last wicket and England.
Second last wicket actually, I think.
Yep, second
Doesn't
last.
matter, it was the last delivery. So England have finally, they've won a match. It's a consolation victory for England, but India have won the series. And as Siddharth was saying, Suryakumar what a sensational knock.
What a knock.
In fact, I think DK also a lot of we refer to a lot of players as Mr. 360. I think
Surya deserves that title.
Is the real 360-degree player.
Yes.
He is the way he played. He was not brutal. He used the pace. He knew the angles. And the way he batted, unfortunately, he was the lone warrior in this team, at least today.
Yeah.
He played like a lone warrior. That magnificent 117 runs, because the next best was Shreyas Iyer of 28 of how many deliveries?
23 balls with just 2 sixes.
Exactly.
And in the partnership of over 100 between Shreyas and Surya to revive the innings. It was Surya who dominated.
Yeah, Shreyas played a full-on support role there.
Yes.
Stuck one end. Surya was going berserk.
One more problem area. Yet again, Shreyas got dismissed by the
Short ball.
Trying to make room. Short ball in by Topley. Edge to the keeper. Gone. The problems are there.
I think India could have won this game. So basically, after that 15th over, when that over was finished, Shreyas Iyer was dismissed, then Dinesh Karthik came, then even Ravindra Jadeja came. I think there India lost a bit of momentum, not because of the strike rate or anything, but I thought Shreyas Iyer, he got just one delivery there, and he just guided it to the third man for a boundary, and he reached his 100 there.
Yes.
So that was the only delivery. I think in that around 10 to 12 deliveries, he got to play only 2 deliveries.
Yes.
I think that is where India lost the momentum. How many did we get? Of course, Dinesh Karthik hit a 4 and Ravindra Jadeja also hit a 6. That's it.
Yep.
I think there India lost a bit of momentum, but Suryakumar Yadav, the way he batted today, I know it came in a losing cause, but the way he batted, I think huge.
I mean, let us admit it. Until the 4th ball of the 19th over, India were in with a chance.
Yeah.
And if you have to look at it, 25, assuming 25 of 8 balls, how many IPLs we have seen that a heist has taken? Even 21 runs, Chris Jordan was bowling, considered to be one of the best death bowlers for England, but struggling for the past couple of months. If Surya was at the crease, India could have achieved the highest chase ever in the history of T20s in England.
Never mind Surya being in the crease or not being in the crease. He needed one batsman to properly support him.
Exactly.
One. Just one.
Maybe Shreyas, see, we may just see this innings from Shreyas Iyer with a different lens, but maybe Surya needed a partner like him at that moment, although Shreyas Iyer may not have done anything good
to his own chances.
For himself with that kind of an innings. I agree that maybe at that time he needed support. He needed to give support to Suryakumar Yadav with that knock, but then he could have converted it. There comes a stage when you have to switch gears. Unfortunately, Shreyas Iyer didn't do that, and as Siddharth just mentioned, that once again it was the short delivery that got him. In fact, upstairs few of our colleagues over there, I just overheard them. They were saying that England intentionally they are not bowling short to Shreyas Iyer
to keep him at the one end of the
Yeah,
crease.
so they didn't want to
Get him out.
Get him out.
16 of 20.
Anurag, can we go to
Remove those 2 sixes, 16 of 21. And when Shreyas and Surya were there, the run rate crept up to 15. Now it is a double-edged sword on both ends. If you place somebody like Surya, if Surya clicks, that 15 run rate, required rate can be pedestrian. But when he gets out, the pressure is just too much.
Exactly.
And that's what happened. And Sharan Vinakota saying, I don't know why Mumbai players get large. Iyer was very selfish. Would accept 11 or 4 balls any day. Oh, he's talking about
Yeah, but the problem was he was batting at number 5 at a time.
Virat.
Virat. Yes.
Yeah, no.
We'll come to Virat later.
It's debatable. Let's put it this way. First off, at that point, you have to also see this thing. If Shreyas gets out playing in 11 out of 4, then you're criticizing him for not lasting long enough, saying that you needed someone to be sticking around, because at that point, when India were 3 down and you had Shreyas and Surya there, you needed a rebuilding.
Yes.
Even if you're chasing 200, the innings needed a rebuild. You couldn't be going bang bang, otherwise India would have lost this by 50 runs minimum.
Yep.
Because if you're looking to play like that, even Surya was not looking, he was playing risky cricket at times, sure. Once he got set, there was no risk element involved whatsoever.
Yep.
Clean, crisp hitting.
That Liam Livingstone over changed the entire complexion of the game. It kept India in the hunt. 21 runs Livingstone conceded in that over. And after that, India were scoring consistently. I mean, their average run rate in that session was 13, close to 13. And Nikhil Raj
Points out.
Dinesh Karthik performance as finisher is better while batting first. While chasing, he has not performed well even in the IPL.
Yeah, actually this year, a lot of his best knocks as a finisher came when they were batting first.
So, okay. So, sorry, please carry on.
Yeah, actually that is the case. But again, he got a good ball. I mean, he played a bad shot, he got a good ball. Same with Jadeja, got a good ball.
Be a little
cheeky.
Actually,
Actually,
to be fair, that is how he plays.
9 out of 10 times it does work. This time it didn't work.
And before, I remember a lot of people when we used to talk, when Surya was out injured from the IPL, when he wasn't playing the South Africa series, and we would say, no, Surya is a guaranteed starter. People used to ask us why Surya is only performed well against smaller teams. Well, this is why.
And
just right here is why.
Of course, as we said, in fact, what has happened in the match is that the 100 came in a losing cause, but this has to be one of the better T20 international innings that we've seen.
And as a neutral, very good game to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Very
looking
good
at
game.
Surya's scoring sides, 51% offside, 49% leg side.
Mr.
He is the kind of batsman who can create doubts in the minds of a bowler. Because
He did it to Moeen Ali. So Moeen, when he came on, he was trying
final over.
Yeah, in the penultimate over.
Right,
Moeen.
his final over.
So he was trying to bowl wide of off.
Yes.
The first ball he bowled went wide. So he kind of went for that ball again, but little to the side.
just
Surya
cut.
cut him. And then suddenly doubt is there. So what does he do? He gives him a nice juicy half volley on middle and off. So Surya tonks him. So there's a lot of doubt going on there. And Surya saying, okay, fine, you bowl whatever you have to bowl. Of course, he got out in the end, but he needed to go after every ball.
Perhaps that one moment of misjudgment. See, the success that Surya had, he was still at the crease.
but Deepak, I'll just interrupt you. Deepak Rajput is saying between 15th to 18th over, Suryakumar Yadav played only 4 balls and scored 10 runs. That's absolutely right.
Yes.
I thought this match was well within India's grasp till that 15th over. Not even that 15th over. Had Suryakumar Yadav batted or gotten a few more deliveries to bat, I think India could. I'll tell you, see, when that 15th over when it got over, India's required run rate was 13.20.
Yes.
Now, the next over, how many runs came? Only 5 runs.
Very Stokely.
So, required run rate climbed to 15.25.
Yes.
Then, the next over, of course, you did get 12 runs with DK getting a boundary, and of course Surya also got that boundary.
Yes.
With that he also reached his 100. So then the required run rate reached 16.33, and then in the next
Anurag super chat.
and in the next over only 8 runs, and the required run rate had crossed 20.50. So Deepak, This was exactly what I also said initially. Maybe those couple of overs or 2 to 3 overs may have cost India.
And remember, there was also one slight moment of misjudgment by Surya. Yes, superhuman effort. But in the fourth ball, all the shots that he had played, he was still and waited for the ball. You remember, in the fourth ball, he premeditated slightly and swept too long leg. Because what happened? Moin darted it onto the pads. But because of that shuffle, he couldn't get the timing and was cramped for room. Next ball, that pressure, he holed out. And you saw, what have I done? He holed out.
Actually, the mistake he made, as you said, was shuffling. Because if he was staying still, Moin was very much, and in fact, if he stayed still there, he could have very easily cut through. Because Moin, and this is baffling field placements or whatever, was bowling it wide, and the entire offside was up. There's no one in the deep. So you cut, you get through the infield, and that's
and even
because the bowler wasn't confident what to do.
Even Willie, he was bowling full, but the field was up.
Exactly.
So England made plenty of mistakes, but still India couldn't capitalize, unfortunately.
I think that's where a few questions should be raised on Joss Buttler, the skipper. As a batsman, no doubting the fact that he's been superhuman in recent times, but there were quite a few tactical misjudgments, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they need to play their full strength bowling.
In the World Cup, this one bad moment can cost
will cost them the tournament.
And it did cost them in the semi-finals. Same fielding problems inside the ring, but Daryl Mitchell just hit through the line. So Hariharan Vishwanathan is like saying about Shreyas
We can
Iyer.
ask him now.
No relation.
No relation.
There we go.
Iyer can't keep taking singles for pace balls and hit occasional six with spinners. Asking strike rate was 200 plus at that time. Huda would be better.
See, I always say public memory, very short, because 2 months back no one wanted Huda playing either. But I do agree with the first point, that at that point you couldn't be taking singles, or if you were going to take singles, maybe try to push one, make 1 to 2. Keep the scoreboard ticking along far more, or hit out to get out, because you need 200 plus. You can't be taking that approach. You're putting too much pressure on the other bats.
And it was a golden opportunity for
absolutely.
It was a golden.
Yes.
You had your backs against the wall. Had he done something exceptional, you never know. All these people, including us, who've been saying that Huda is more deserving than Shreyas Iyer. He should have been given a chance, or he should be given a chance ahead of Shreyas Iyer when you select the T20 World Cup. Maybe today, if he could have won this game for India,
there would have been some doubts there.
Exactly. It seemed as if he was content playing for, I don't know whether I should use this thing, that he was maybe he was under pressure. He wanted to get a few runs, because at the end of the day,
runs is the currency
at
for a
times,
batsman.
exactly, at times, like for example, often when we say that Virat is going through a bad form, what people do is they'll
This
throw
is
numbers.
average,
They'll
this is his strike rate, this is his number of runs.
Exactly. So at times that also happens. But Suryakumar Yadav wasn't under pressure. I'm saying he must have been under pressure.
He wasn't playing like that.
But then he didn't play like he was under pressure. He used the pace of the bowlers and used the angles. Wasn't brutal. Brutal as in he wasn't.
He wasn't heavy going.
Exactly. Wasn't just slocking. He was
good shots most of the time.
There was one super chat which went away, but then they were saying, is Virat Kohli coming back to form? Can it happen in the ODIs? Rahul also stated that ODIs is the best format where Virat can actually
because if you're that's one place where you have to score relatively quick, but not quick to the point where you have to be scoring at 150.
It was strange sort of an innings today
from Virat, no?
Yeah. So let us just dissect those 4 balls.
I've never seen Virat
bat like that, or a brief stay. Of course, 4 deliveries,
4 deliveries, 11 runs,
4 deliveries. I've never seen Virat like that. He came, hit a 4, hit a 6,
and went out.
And what was it? 1 ball in swing flick, that vintage Virat flick for 4.
The 6 was again
walked down the track.
Again, Virat's vintage Virat, and the way he got dismissed, also vintage Virat.
Yes,
he'll find a fielder somehow.
He slapped it on any other day. If his form and luck was there, it could have gone to the fence, but he found the fielder.
I don't think it's about luck at this point. And how much bad luck can one person have?
Everything is not going in his favor. Consistency gone, mentally short. Everything is falling apart.
I'm sure the moment he hit that 6,
he thought, okay.
a lot of memories would have maybe.
Actually, that's the thing, because the way he was batting, those two shots were, as we say, vintage Virat. The flick, walking down 6, and then after that he goes and finds Jason Roy.
It was like, see, in younger days when Tendulkar was playing in the Ranji Trophy, okay, there was one particular shot of Sachin Tendulkar which made every Mumbai follower and everybody, they would say in Marathi, Tendlya lagla pahiye, means if he hits a particular shot, he's in that zone.
Yeah.
So when Tendulkar hits, say, straight 6, absolutely flat with proper timing, they would say, to lagla hai. That means he is in that zone. With Virat, we felt that straight 6 that he hit, probably he was in that zone.
But yes, and after that 6, a lot of memories, for him also
would have flooded through.
Yeah, because he must have realized, I am in that zone. So maybe he thought he charged. Was that Willie?
That was Willie.
So once again, maybe he could have now. After he would have gone to the dressing room, he must have thought, could have waited.
1 inch here or there.
Because again, 4-6.
No, maybe could have waited.
Yeah, because he already got to 4-6. He had 11 runs. Yeah. In fact, 10 runs off that over. Again, conventional wisdom says that playing bang or playing attacking cricket doesn't mean you have to try and hit every ball out of the park. You've got a 4 and 6, and he had 3 balls left in that over, I think?
Yes.
3 or 4 balls. Could have taken a single, could have taken a 2. Wouldn't have hurt the asking rate at that point.
So Virat Kohli ends his England T20 series with 12 runs.
Of 9 balls.
9 balls and with a strike rate of 130.
The fact is, we had to calculate his strike rate. We just needed to combine 1 run and 11 runs. Says a lot. Poor guy.
Sad. Quite sad. Because 133 strike rate, which is about 5 or 7 units slower than his career strike rate.
What sort of a wicket does he need now? This was actually a belter.
This was a road.
Good track.
Yeah.
Short boundaries.
Nikhil Raj is saying, can't India borrow 1-2 left-arm bowlers from England? They have 4-5.
To be fair, even India have a couple.
Yeah, they have Arshdeep, who's not playing in this.
Inexplicably was only in the squad for 1 T20. He must be feeling a little weird. He got 2 for 18 in his debut, and then that's it.
Sharan Vinakot, I think it's about the acceleration.
Yeah, but then we did what he's saying here is what he said.
Your explanation, because after a year
he was set.
He should have looked, but that's what we said.
Exactly, Sharan. I think we also said this very same thing.
That he needed to find that next year. He didn't find it and he got out.
They wanted to stitch a partnership early on when India lost 3 wickets for just 31 runs. And they'd done the hard work. Suryakumar of course, he was scoring runs at a brisk pace. But from the other end, Shreyas Iyer wasn't playing with that same kind of strike rate. So after a point that he had scored 20 odd runs, he should have done something different and may have.
I think he did try something different, and then that cost him his wicket.
Actually, England tried something different.
Bowl a short ball to him.
They didn't bowl him a single
short ball for a while.
For a while, When it happened, he went.
Bas.
Ikpreet Singh is saying, do you think if Virat doesn't score too many in England in next 3 matches, then he can go to Zimbabwe, and if he fails there, then it might dent his confidence further. Lots of problems. I mean, imagine. Okay, we don't know whether he'll be included in the West Indies T20 ice. That squad might be announced the next couple of days.
Most likely not.
Although there are a lot of reports going around that he might be rested for the entire tour, we don't know.
He just came back from a rest. I mean,
that's what I didn't understand.
Yeah, what rest exactly? Like someone like some of the batsmen who have been playing since South Africa were playing since IPL. And I'm not saying you don't want to take rest. If you want to take rest, that's your prerogative. But you're just coming back from one break. Not exactly set the world on fire with your form.
If we have to say Virat should come back to form, then he should play ODIs. He's playing 3, but he's not playing 3 in the West Indies.
Should have been playing the 6 actually.
Will he go to Zimbabwe, which is scheduled to be around August end onwards, mid to end, because after that India will play the Asia Cup.
Zimbabwe. Is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that Virat may announce his retirement from T20 cricket or T20 internationals in the coming few days?
I would say it's high. Not right now. No, I think it
No?
would. No. Not
It
now.
would be
Not before the World Cup.
not before the World
Yeah.
Cup. Then, because what will happen is, okay, we all discussed it about Morgan retiring just 2-3 months prior to the World
But
Cup.
his form had been off for a while.
His form has been off. Even Kohli's form was off.
Yeah, true.
But looking at the reactions, you have a succession plan. You had Butler as the captain. If Kohli retires,
But Kohli is no longer the captain.
no. Who's your backup at number 3?
Deepak Huda.
Deepak Huda is there. Shreyas Iyer is there.
You have two backups.
Okay, Iyer is down the
Then
pecking
Huda.
order because Huda.
There we go.
But Huda, with just about a couple of matches experience.
No, but that's absolute. You are absolutely fine. See, if you compare in terms of numbers, Virat's
Yeah.
numbers are unmatched. His experience is unmatched.
But current form.
But then
current form, he's actually
but then
dragging the team down. and
someday
keeping
or the
it.
other, you'll have to take a call. Someday or the other, a player will have to replace Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
Sunil Gavaskar played for 125 Test matches, but then
He got replaced too, no?
He was also replaced. Somebody
Sachin was
did come
replaced
in.
too.
Sachin Tendulkar played 200 Test matches for so many
24 years.
For 24 years, but then Virat also came. So I'm. it's
Maybe,
just a
maybe,
thought.
maybe.
Although,
if he believes. If
although it is for me also, I say that I'll be surprised if Virat doesn't make it to that T20 World Cup squad.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
But I'm
If-
saying, what if?
if Dravid and the management believe that Virat's retirement now doesn't throw the entire preparation in jeopardy, then it will be okay.
No, but then his retirement is not about team management.
So Dravid and management will not decide if Virat has to.
Exactly.
They can, the authority with them is to whether to select Virat or not.
select Virat.
To whether Virat takes retirement or whether Virat retires or not.
Won't they
Irrelevant.
consult him? Won't they consult him?
No,
If
no,
Virat
no.
has to retire, won't they take a decision?
No, when Virat decided that I am not
Done
going
with
to be the
captaincy.
Indian captain in T20 internationals, did
was
he
his
consult?
decision.
No, it was unilateral, yeah.
He told everybody, and what we got to know, although Virat said that when I offered to resign, nobody said no. Everybody was very happy. Everybody said that it's a positive decision, constructive decision. And but later, of course, there were
became a bit of a situation.
conflicting
Yeah.
remarks, and it was said that we wanted Virat to continue. We said don't announce it right now. Go and play the T20 World Cup. Then let's see. Okay, that was. Did he seek anybody's
he didn't.
opinion?
No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
When he announced his test that he's
He
giving
didn't
up his
seek, yeah.
That
That had a different dynamic altogether.
In fact, that if from what I've heard from people who work in our team only, would not have been caught if a certain someone in our team wasn't here on his off day. Saransh,
Sorry.
the test captaincy
Yeah.
would not have been caught over here if Saransh wasn't in here for a few hours on his off day. That's the story I've got to hear from him.
Yeah. Again, using that
So because
same.
that was unexpected. No one expected that. No one saw it coming.
Yeah.
So again, if you're talking about referring to,
So if Virat has to retire from T20 internationals,
he has to do it now.
He'll just inform, and maybe now that you have a Rahul Dravid there, he can have a man-to-man conversation with him, and maybe Rahul Dravid's advice, he may just take his advice that let's make it a smoother process.
Yeah.
Let's not just.
Burn the bridges even more.
Yes, because a lot has happened in the last since last September, ever since on 16th of September when Virat announced that he's not going to continue as T20 international captain after the T20 World Cup. So a lot has happened before that or after that, the Manchester test that of course happened this year.
in Edgbaston.
So a lot has happened. Indian cricket has gone through a lot of turmoil in the last 11-10 months. And if that happens, because
what happened when Kohli decided on 16th September? 1 month, I guess, prior to the World T20 that I'm not going to captain in T20Is. Was it 1 month, right?
Sorry, come again.
When Virat announced the decision, there was 1 month remaining in the World T20, right?
16th of September he announced.
Yeah, and the T20 World Cup was in October.
Yes, 16th or 18th or 20th of October.
20th of
October.
India played their
Actually.
first match against Pakistan on 21st or
21st October.
So a month.
21st.
So 1 month, then after when India went out, everybody was criticizing, you could have timed timed the decision better.
Exactly.
And 3
Now-
days later, he said, "I'm going to relinquish the captaincy of RCB also." Although
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter that much, but
Yeah.
still.
But if he does the same thing here again, India's psyche is that they will get totally distracted in the whole thing.
But I mean, okay, let me say something here. At this point, unpopular opinion, his form has already become a very big headache.
Yes.
So if he decides, if as Rahul says that he decides to just call it quits, it would actually be smoothing out the processes for them a little bit rather than being a distraction.
For that, he has to do it now.
Yeah.
Then at least you
I
have
don't see
1
that
month
happening
to digest that thing. Okay, what we do without plan B. You have time to work out plan B. Then by October, you have a plan B ready. Huda, as we said, Huda is your natural thing for number 3 now, with Surya at 4.
Yeah.
So,
No, Huda, you have Huda.
You
as
have
of
your
now is
middle
the
over
front
batsman.
runner, but you have other options also. You have a Suryakumar. You have
Shreyas.
a Deepak Huda. You have a Shreyas Iyer. You never know. You have 3 opening combinations there. You have Rohit Sharma opening with KL Rahul. You have Rohit Sharma opening with Ishan Kishan. You have Rohit Sharma opening with Rishabh Pant
Rishabh
also.
Pant.
Also, mind you, Pant also has played at 4. So if they really go radical,
Yeah.
they play Pant at 4,
Surya
play
at
Surya
number
at 3. Done.
Yeah.
So this actually, it's not like there's a lack of a succession
So-
plan or no solution.
either do it now, but don't leave it too late. Then you have to have a clear picture. Because see, if Virat doesn't play the T20Is in West Indies, then I'm sorry, then don't pick him for the World T20 then. How much rest will you want? Asia Cup and then Australia and then South Africa.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How much more?
As Nikhil Raj points out, that Joe Root doesn't play T20 internationals. He only plays Blast. Now, but the difference here is that the England team, the England board, are very decisive when it comes to which players.
Yeah.
For how long
And
now?
ruthless.
Oh yes. For how long Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad have been test-only players, and that is where they are best.
Yep.
Not a sniff of white ball cricket for them in international level. So, but will our board be that ruthless? God knows.
They will drag their feet. That is the problem. They will drag their feet. And even on, see, as I had said in the previous shows also, who will bell the cat? Will Virat do it on his own? I don't see him doing that.
To be fair, I know. I think he.
No, the
I would
selectors are
100% do
there.
it.
Can they do it?
Oh yes, of course. Recently,
Can they do it?
Recently, only there have been quotes coming out saying that nobody is undroppable, not even Virat Kohli, so they can do it.
No. You are saying
know-
select. Can they do you remember the last time or the first time when this press conference was done?
South
I think
Africa tour.
South Africa tour. What happened there? Chairman
all
of
know
the
what
selection committee
Came out and
came out in the press, right?
Yes.
For the press briefing,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That wasn't that unprecedented in the last few months or years.
Yes.
That had never happened.
It had never. In 2019, it had happened a lot.
So you really think that the chairman of the selection committee came out on his own? He decided that no, I have to go for the press conference.
No,
I am
chance.
doing a press conference today, and I'll do it. And all.
No, this is
Was he-
coordinated. This
He
is coordinated.
He knew.
He knew it.
He knew that the kind of questions that will be asked of him.
Yes.
So it was. So when you say that who will bell the cat?
I think the cat can be built.
Exact, and in case, so these are all hypothetical situations. People who've joined us, we are just discussing, is there a possibility that Virat himself decides not to continue with T20 international cricket and
Focus
decides
on
that,
ODIs and tests.
exactly decides
That's it.
that decides to give up T20 international cricket altogether. So now Siddharth says that who will bell the cat? My point is you have the selection committee for the very same purpose, for the very same reason. This is why you have the selection committee. That's why I'm saying, when Virat had said a few things which of course showed Saurav Ganguly, the board president, in poor light.
light, yeah.
Of course, people in the board, people in the selection committee also were not too pleased. But the decision that Chetan Sharma, the chairman of the selection committee, came out before the press to address the media ahead of that South Africa tour. The South Africa team was announced when
Yes.
was not Chetan Sharma's decision, because
That was
if
a board
I
decision.
remember correctly, in the recent past, this must be, I think, just a month ago, I'm forgetting which team because you have so many teams now. Every month you have
parallel teams also.
A couple of teams announced. I think there was something happened. I believe a press briefing was supposed to happen. But last minute it was decided no press briefing will happen. Anyways.
No, but I mean, so you were talking about just a final point on this is that we're talking about who will bell the cat. I think considering everything that went down with Kohli, with him stepping down as captain and then relinquishing Test captaincy, I don't think it's left him with a lot of goodwill at this point. So if they really have to take a ruthless
I don't know
call,
about Shane. I understand your point. Maybe you are right, but I think it's not about when you say goodwill. See, as far as fans are concerned, I don't think still you have Virat.
No. I'm talking about goodwill between him and the board.
Yeah.
Not the fans. Fans doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The board. What matters here is between the board. Because we were talking about that when Virat decided to quit. He said that no one really told me to stop. Maybe there's a reason for that.
Two contradictory statements came out
exactly.
After that.
Maybe there's a reason that they were okay to actually let go of this era and try and move on to something new.
And when you say who will bell the cat, I think the bigger question is who has that intention to bell the cat.
Yeah, because belling it can be done.
You can bell the cat. It depends who wants to do it. Because the one who wants to do it can actually get it done.
True.
Through somebody or the other.
Through hook or crook, basically.
Hariharan Vishwanathan is back again. He says Deepak Hooda is a must. Can be flexibly replaced for either Virat Kohli or Shreyas Iyer or even Dinesh Karthik. Surya can't do it alone and need one more player to strike at 200. I think Suryakumar could have done it all by himself today. But since it's a team sport, one person cannot single-handedly win you a game. Now, for that, I thought today Liam Livingston, we discussed it in the mid innings that maybe because of him England actually could have scored somewhere around 230 or 40. But now the final, if you see the final result and if you see his strike rate by his standards,
he actually didn't have a decent, not a bad match at all.
So maybe Shreyas Iyer had to play a knock similar to what Livingston played.
That's the thing. We were criticizing Livingston for batting at a strike rate of nearly 150. Imagine how poor it was on this wicket in these circumstances that you're batting at 120.
Yes. But Deepak Hooda, what you are saying, yes, he is a flexible player. We've seen him
bat everywhere at this point.
Everywhere because he had to get into that
scheme of
Indian
things.
team.
Correct.
Indian team. He's done everything good for himself and for the team so far.
And as Pradeep Shivalsan points out, BCCI has built much bigger tigers. Good one. I think I can understand what exactly he's nudging and winking at. If he can be sacked as captain, he can be dropped from T20s as well.
The only concern is the timing. And again, BCCI has not built bigger tigers. They have only created miscommunication and the way how it is there. You know how archaic and opaque BCCI's communication is. They, when the captaincy bid, when they screwed up on Virat, they had not even sped Sachin Tendulkar. Even Tendulkar was not informed. I agree, bigger tigers, but they have not built them. In the case of Ganguly, and we know how ugly the fallout was.
No, or you can see it like this, when you have to give somebody a nudge. Okay. Don't take it. So, just an example. If I have to give you a nudge, what I'll do is consider me as the board, a senior player. I have two senior. So, what I'll do is, and this has happened.
Since
this
Simon
has
Moore,
been the tradition. What I'll do is, I will
raise one rather than
give him the powers. Okay. The moment he grows, obviously you will get smaller. So that has happened in the past. So that's how things work, or that's what how things have happened in the past with the Indian cricket. Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, grew in stature. Greg Chappell was given a bigger authority. Greg Chappell passed those authority on to Rahul Dravid.
Yes.
That's how things have happened. When you had these stalwarts, Virender Sehwag,
Gambhir,
Gautam Gambhir, Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar was also, by the way, given a nudge.
Yes.
You know, he was also at that time, of course, Srinivasan was at the helm, N. Srinivasan, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, of course, was the captain.
Yep.
So, Sachin Tendulkar was also given a nudge.
Yes.
So this is how things happened. Here, what has happened? Rohit Sharma has grown in stature, of course, on merit also.
True.
That he's all these years, especially in white ball cricket. Then he was
his IPL successes were so good.
Yes, IPL successes, and then in Test cricket he was asked to open. He flourished in Test cricket also, and he assumed power. And Virat Kohli, unfortunately, but you know, the best thing that you can do, I understand. See, it's a power struggle. Whether you are a player, whether you are an administrator, whether you are a journalist, whether you are a businessman, whether you are a politician, everywhere it's a power struggle.
Yep.
But what is that one thing that you can do best?
Perform.
Everywhere, anywhere, every walk of life. If Virat Kohli would have been scoring runs, I don't think we would have been talking about Virat Kohli's form here, whether he's going to announce his
whether he should be playing,
whether he will be part of that T20 World Cup squad or not, or you know, as maybe we wouldn't even have been talking about Virat at all, because Suryakumar Yadav scored 117 runs,
55 balls. Yep.
So this is the next generation of Indian cricket.
Yep. Cold hard numbers. I mean, Virat has not been performing for 3 years.
And that's the thing, no? What is the currency for a batsman? Runs. What's the currency for a bowler? Wickets. Economy. Where are his runs? They're not there, which is why the
horror match for Virat though. See, he had to perform in the T20Is. He was saying, no, Virat, there were reports Virat could take a decision on his participation in the coming days if he did well in the T20Is and the ODIs. T20Is have not gone to plan. He dropped a catch also today, which cost you 20 runs.
Also, we have to remember, we talk about ODIs being a good place for regaining form, but this England team play ODIs like T20Is. 340, 350 is the norm for them. So even here, it's not like he'll have that time to play himself in or anything of that sort. So going to be under the pump here too.
Yes.
It's not getting easier.
It's not getting easier.
Still, I'm saying even if you're chasing a score in excess of 350, you will get some time. You can actually take some time to settle down. I'm saying in
T20s, no.
In T20, you know, the moment he takes Virat Kohli there with the entire team, of course.
Yep.
So, and of course, he's very happy. And
so Umran getting to hoist the trophy as per tradition.
Yeah, Ireland also, I think he was.
Yes.
So, so that's what has happened so far in this match. India have lost this third T20 international against England, but Suryakumar Yadav played a magnificent innings and got 117. Unfortunately, India
losing cause.
That came in a losing cause, that went in vain. And player of the series was Bhuvneshwar.
Imagine Bhuvi getting player of the series despite not playing a match. Shows how good he was in the first two.
Yeah,
he was. I mean, Bhuvi is
sensational.
Anyways, can we take a few more questions, Siddharth? Please do the honors.
Please
go down. Just go down.
Okay. If Virat takes sabbatical, then how will he play World Cup? Is this possible? As some former players are saying, Ikpreet, I am just saying this. Have a clear-cut decision on Virat by the end of this tour. That's it. If you keep it till the very end, then again you're repeating the same mistake that you did in 2021. Period. That is what is going to happen. So, September end will be a churn in BCCI. World Cup starts mid-October. That could be a reason.
Okay, Pradeep Srivalsan has pointed this out. Pradeep, to a great extent, or at least, you know, BCCI elections are due in September. So October, most likely, we might have a new regime. Of course, there's a court case also pending.
So let's
because
see about the regime.
as per the Supreme Court order, the present regime should not be there.
Yes.
Because
Because if based on the Lola recommendations.
exactly,
It should have ended last year.
But anyways, they've filed a petition. They've challenged a few of the clauses
provisions,
that have been approved by the Supreme Court. But I doubt, the people who are still there. A lot of people will continue to be there, and you'll see that the strings will be pulled by the same
Some people.
by the same few people. I don't know whether our board president, Mr. Saurav Ganguly, of course, whether he will come back or not, and who also what remains.
What would be a succession plan or
who
whatever?
is nominated
Exactly.
for that ICC post.
Yeah.
That also has to be seen. But I think there are a few players as in people. Who are currently involved in the BCCI administration, and what I see is that they will continue to be involved in the BCCI administration even after September, October. So if you think that there is going to be a major churn in the BCCI,
Very unlikely. Looks very difficult.
I don't see that happening.
Because this regime could stall the recommendations for a year. Because technically Ganguly's term should have ended last year.
Stall? They have already stalled.
And stall is
They have stalled.
Ganguly's tenure?
Should have ended last year, right? Last year, June.
Last year.
2020.
Yeah.
20.
2020 July, it should have ended. 2 years and counting.
Yes.
2 years and counting. So again, more the squads for the 2020. Virat has been relegated to 12th man. That's the one thing in which Jitesh Singh has said. Sanju is in the side, but Virat is 12th man. And any other... Absolutely agree with all of you. Hope this happens, but we'll wait and watch. Yeah. What? Ikpreet Singh.
I guess.
I agree with all of you about the Virat.
I'm guessing.
Prasad Bhagat is saying at the start of his captaincy tenure, Rohit Sharma said we want India to score 180 even if 3 wickets are down in the power play. Team is implementing the template.
Quite literally.
Yep.
Yes, that's
in fact,
fine.
in all the games, I think 3 wickets have fallen inside the power play and they've scored 170, 180.
But today, I think if you compare today's match, I think the situation was worse than
the last
two games because you lost Rishabh Pant for 1 in the 7th ball of the match. Then Virat was
11.
dismissed early. Rohit Sharma also. So 31 for 3 actually was disastrous. I don't think a lot of people would have given India a chance to win this game. Suryakumar Yadav got India very close, but I still feel he could have done it.
Yes.
But for those 2-3 overs in the middle where India lost Shreyas Iyer, Dinesh Karthik and Ravindra Jadeja, I don't think those wickets matter a lot. What mattered was that Suryakumar Yadav didn't get enough strike during that period. That's it.
Rohan Agarwal, about your question on Jaddu's bowling, we had already discussed about it in the mid innings or even at the start. You can rewind it.
You can still, if you can just tell him in a...
Jaddu's bowling is too weak for T20s. That's what Rohan Agarwal argues. Can he play only as a pure batsman?
No, the summation is that he's not going to be bowling 4 overs every match.
That's it.
Some matches maybe, but not all matches.
Not all
matches.
Conditions and teams and situations.
And situations, terms and conditions apply.
Yep. And I would like to see Sanju Huda Iyer at number 3, an anime fan.
Anime fan is back. Hello, anime fan.
Yeah. So Rahul Sarna, let me be clear. I am a huge MSD fan. Okay, thanks. Others are equal to me, but the way VK got out, I slammed my head on the wall now. I'm thinking what VK fans are doing. What happened to him? Well, I'm surprised you're still typing after banging yourself in the wall. Everybody is flummoxed with what has happened with Virat Kohli.
Actually, I'm just wondering, those hardcore Virat fans.
The Viratians, yes.
What's happened? As they say, no, the higher they climb.
Yeah, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
That's what's
happening.
That is unfortunately, Virat, we are now seeing this Virat in a mortal form. From 2012 to 2019, he was in a different level altogether. But unfortunately, since the coronavirus pandemic, he's a more mortal form now. That's the saddest part. Even Tendulkar had 1 year of struggle. 1 or 2 years of struggle, but
And he came back.
He came back.
The difference. Or you carry
Sorry,
on first?
sorry,
No,
please,
you
please.
go. No, you go.
Good.
All right. So the thing with Tendulkar was it was never all at one go.
He came back.
Exactly.
back.
He managed to get out of those funks, and then eventually, kind of, he also reinvented himself as his career went on.
Yes, he did a lot of innovations with a lot of things with his batting. With his bat.
Yeah.
At times losing a few grams from his bat. And,
Due to the tennis elbow.
Imagine from the age of 35 to 40, 2008 to 2013, he enjoyed 2 brilliant years. In fact, 2010 he scored 1,500 runs in tests.
If I'm not wrong, in 2010 he got 10 hundreds.
Yes.
Across formats.
Yep.
And at that point, people were asking.
8 or 10, I think.
People were asking if he's drinking from the fountain of youth because he turned the clock back the way he was performing.
And all in very difficult conditions also. South Africa, Australia from 2008 to 2010. He was in prime form at
I
that
think
time.
the best thing about Tendulkar was he adapted himself.
Yes.
He
Correct.
was ready to adapt with the situation, with the time.
Again, that's Sydney 200.
Yeah, has another point.
Classic.
Not playing a single drive.
Yeah, that's what Shane is also saying.
That is the classic example of adapting to that situation.
Discipline and respecting the conditions and the opposition.
Yes.
I think at times when things aren't going your way, as I said, runs, what a batsman can do. The
Score
batsman can
Just
score
score
runs,
runs.
that's it. How? Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Score them.
Well, Virat, now if he misses
Misses
West
over.
Indies,
See, even today, Virat doesn't play sweep.
yes.
Virat still doesn't play a
He
sweep.
doesn't play the sweep. After that Adelaide Test match, when he was sweeping Nathan Lyon, I don't know why he's cut down on the sweep.
Cut down would be a bit of a.
He was always a reluctant sweeper of the ball, but now he doesn't
even
sweep
think about it
at all.
Because see, he's been struggling with what we've seen lately in the past few years, that Virat does struggle against spin, and it's not just with Virat. In fact, a lot of Indian international cricketers, they struggle against spin.
Ajinkya Rahane.
Imagine, yes, they've been dismissed.
Dhoni.
Yes, MS Dhoni. But so what you can do is, maybe if you actually sweep, you actually cut down on that spin, that turn also. So that gives you a slight advantage. I'll tell you, when this 2001 tour of Australia's tour of India was about to start, I think a year ago or some months before that, I used to read. I read an article in newspaper or somewhere, in some magazine or somewhere, that Matthew Hayden has been practicing sweep day in, day night, every time. This is what he's been doing. He was talking about the India tour, because already there was a huge build-up, final frontier, and so. And Matthew Hayden, before that, Matthew Hayden wasn't Matthew Hayden.
Yes.
Matthew Hayden had Australia had tried Matthew Hayden in the past, but Hayden didn't.
Against the West Indies of that quartet, he was.
I thought, what will this guy do?
But
What is he doing? Sweeping, and now you see. And I remember when Steve Smith's first tour of India, he came in as a leg spinner.
Yes.
Who could just bat
a little bit.
I remember
Mohali 2013.
this was when, after that, they came to India, to Delhi. I attended a practice session and all these things here. So Bishan Singh Bedi also came just to see who is this guy, Steve Smith, and gave him a few tips in front of us, leg spin. And he was just bowling leg spin, not batting. Imagine. One of the greatest test batsmen
was first seen as Shane Warne's national success.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he was, of course,
And he was pretty good.
He was wavered though.
Yeah, he was.
He was wavered though. But he came in. So then also what I noticed, that I filed a story also somewhere or the other, that what he was doing, he was the Australian team, they were practicing with underarm throws. Why? Because they were
Sweeping.
Because in India, the bounce is pretty low. So they were practicing sweep. And New Zealand also, I remember they also came here. They also did the very same thing. In fact, I had filed these stories. I think I was working with the same group earlier also that time. So I'm saying the Indian players, they don't sweep, and the foreign players who come here, what they do is they practice. So that is one logic that after so many years now that some of these Indian players they're struggling against spin, that is one thing that is very good against spin, but they don't even.
And imagine Virat Kohli, if he played that sweep, he would not be getting bowled through the gate by Moeen Ali.
Yes,
he's lunging and leaving that gap.
That nice little gap for the ball to spin.
In India, it is very dangerous where ball is turning,
dip and turn. And
even Tendulkar had that occasional weakness.
Yes, if you miss the line, you're gone.
You're bowled.
Yep.
Simple.
So that is why if he plays that sweep, half of the problems against spin would be negated. But Dhoni, Rahane, Kohli, I don't know what's wrong.
And that's the thing we were talking about with Sachin was adaptability.
Go down, Anurag.
Let's take a few questions
and
quickly.
Yep. Virat won in second T20, 11 in third T20. Maybe he scored 111 in first ODI. Jitesh Singh, man.
And Jitesh
won
a big time
in the first T20. I mean that he played 11, and now he's praying that Kohli scores 100 at Lords.
And why 111, which is English cricket's unlucky
second
number?
one is at Lords.
At Lords, yeah.
And 111, English cricket's unlucky number of all things. Nelson.
What a pessimist.
Oh, man.
Never comes up with good numbers, huh?
111, so come on. We all grew up watching David Shepherd hopping on one leg whenever England were on 111.
Yeah. One Jan is saying, I do feel that Rohit needs to have a talk with Virat Kohli, which he had with Bhubaneswar after the World Cup. Now, Siddharth is saying, who will bell the cat? One Jan is saying, Rohit Sharma needs to have a talk with
So, the Rohitians are going to have a field day at the expense of the Viratians.
Anime fan says, reason why Virat Kohli is not performing is because he does not have Shastri Dhoni to spoon feed him and give him full power to behave. Okay, anime fan, I would not agree to that.
Yes.
Because as far as we know, under Virat Kohli, or when Virat Kohli was the captain, a lot of people said that Shastri was the one who behaved like a stooge to Virat Kohli, of course, which was even that was incorrect.
Yep.
But even this is incorrect. Virat Kohli has carved his own legacy as a batsman, as a captain everywhere. Today, unfortunately, the times are not good for him. He's not. He's out of form, and I can't blame it on luck. To be, a lot of people would say, he's been unlucky. It's not. It's just that sheer lack of confidence. That's what I see. I might be wrong. I am nobody in terms of what Virat has achieved, or a lot of those people who've been talking about Virat. Who played a great deal of cricket, amount of cricket. I am nobody, but that's what I see. And now that confidence, that lack of confidence is creating doubts in his mind. So that is one reason, but I wouldn't agree to what...
That is what, the problem is nothing is working out for Virat Kohli. Nothing. So he's...
It's all today after he got out, he was again...
At least in the IPL he didn't go,
that's
what do I have to do?
that is consistent.
No, at least he didn't look up to the sky. What do I have to do?
That was in the IPL.
No, but even after he did that, what do I have to do? That's after that he adopted the laugh.
Yeah.
This wasn't working out.
Chalo. We'll take final few questions.
And then wind up.
Okay. Well... Thank you, Pradeep Srivalsan. Congratulations on 88.1. By the way, sky was spectacular. Blue sky above the ground, sky in blue on the ground. He was a lone warrior. Virat is a champion, just bad form. Well,
see,
that is
again,
your food for thought.
If you remove these last 3 years, if Kohli retires in 2019,
he'll still be a goat.
Exactly. He would still be considered as an all-time great.
That would have redefined going out on a high.
Exactly. I'm just saying
2019 if he had retired.
He would never have retired at that point.
He's in 2019 if he would have retired.
That's what.
All I'm saying is you remove those 3 years. He's still
2019 he must have been how old?
He was 31.
So
No way he's retiring at that
Nobody's
age.
retiring.
What is he, English?
Yeah. See, Sachin Tendulkar had the ultimate platform to go out on the ultimate of highs.
2011?
Yes. He had won the World Cup. Imagine.
remember, a lot many times even Sachin Tendulkar himself has said this in the past, that there was a stage that he wanted to retire, but his elder brother Ajit, he convinced him.
Whose advice he takes very seriously.
He convinced him not to retire. You have a lot of cricket left in you, and imagine India, you would be playing the 2011 World Cup here at home. You scoring runs and all these things. I remember Harun Lorgat was the ICC chairman. He also had announced during the World Cup that imagine India playing the final
in Mumbai,
Wankhede, Sachin Tendulkar scoring 100. I thought it seemed as if everything was...
all the stars were aligned.
People could see that this is going to happen.
Yeah, it did.
You said.
The 100th unfortunately extended by 1 year. So he didn't go out on... See, even the legends like Ricky Ponting didn't go out on a high. I mean, towards the fag end, he was really struggling in Test cricket. Towards the fag end. And the likes of South Africa really made him pay for it. Then Jacques Kallis, he went out on a high in Test cricket, but in ODIs against Sri Lanka, he really struggled. Michael Clarke went out on the ultimate high.
Yeah,
captaining
World Cup.
2015 World Cup, and you could already see that he wanted to retire because
Kumar Sangakkara.
Sangha didn't retire well from tests, because Ashwin was
I'm saying
ODIs.
Yeah. 4 hundreds in that World Cup and 4 back-to-back hundreds. 4 consecutive hundreds. And boy, I'm not playing.
Michael Clarke retired high from
Clarke
ODIs,
also,
but tests.
Clarke also, the thing was why he was so keen to let go is because remember Clarke he had mental health issues, yes, and he had a very deteriorating relationship with the Aussie press.
And also, I think he had not a lot of people knew. It was pretty late. I think a couple of years ago, maybe. I think he got divorced.
Yes,
he had a very unhappy marriage.
And also, I think he had that facial cancer.
Yeah, he had skin cancer. Yeah. So he had
by his own admission, he struggled with mental health issues.
Yeah.
And again, in 2005. Mental health was not what it was as a topic in 2022, especially in that Australia team, which was full of quote-unquote hard men.
Yes.
So wouldn't have been a good topic at all.
Yeah. Gilchrist went out on... No, even Gilchrist didn't go out on...
No. When did Gilchrist retire?
2008.
Yeah, exactly.
In this CB series final, he announced his retirement from ODIs. But in Australia lost that and he struggled. And also, tests, he dropped catches.
Arey yaar.
Aditya
Can't take that comment.
Chalo, go ahead. At least I think थोड़ा बहुत उसको edit करके you can take that.
But good point, Aditya.
I'm not taking.
I am also not taking it. Thank you for the comment though, but sorry, we can't take it.
We're missing our friend today.
Yep.
Your best friend,
Andrew
Singh.
Chalo ji, no problems. India lost this game, but
you don't have time to breathe because the next we have the ODIs starting day after tomorrow.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
That's another week of cricket for y'all and us.
And Super Sunday for all you sports fans has ended.
Yeah, nice day though. Good to start sporting
Novak
action.
wins Wimbledon, 7th time and 21 Grand Slams.
Austria, Charles Leclerc, fun race, very fun race.
Finally. And now India.
4 straight more.
Yes. India losing, but Suryakumar brilliant ton.
I'd say it's a huge positive. See, you won the series 2-1.
Yep.
A lot of people didn't expect India to win this series against an England team, which we all say that is the best in the business.
Yep.
But you still will return home, or not return home, but you'll be there only. But you still won the series 2-1. Suryakumar was a huge positive. Yep. You had a relatively weaker bowling attack today.
Yes.
Fair enough. You gave away 215 runs to England, but then Suryakumar Virat Kohli, still a huge concern, but we are going to talk about all these things a lot in the coming few days.
Yep.
Tomorrow we'll have an extended session, so do join us. Anything else that you guys want?
Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment, tap the bell,
Subscribe to
everything.
Sports Today. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Folks.
And good night. Thank you guys so much for
Vanakkam.
joining us. Vanakkam.